Normally at the beginning of the podcast, I'd insert a joke, but the only joke is current football fans. Welcome back to Nonsense. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nonsense. I'm your host, FNBoB. What's going on? How's it going? Yes, you called it. You all called it. I'm not doing the Spider-Man Batman episode today. That'll be Thursday. Because Sunday was Super Bowl. Duh. And as a former football player in high school, a potential almost NFL player, which I'll tell that story later if I haven't told that story already. It's just a fan of football all around to a certain degree. No shit, I gotta talk about the Super Bowl. That was probably for most people the most boring Super Bowl of all time. Probably one of the most, because I think the one previous two ago with the Patriots and I think there was the Falcons. I think that was like considered like the worst Super Bowl people ever watched. But this one for a lot of people was just not lived up to the hype, as they would say. And here's why. I'm going to give you actual football players and someone who has knowledge of football, their actual analysis on the Super Bowl. The Buccaneers did exactly what the fuck they were supposed to do. It's plain and simple. I'm sorry. I know everybody wanted a high-scoring football game. I know everybody wanted to watch Patrick Mahomes throw for 50 fucking points and Tom Brady do whatever it takes to keep up. That is not how you win. As a true football fan and football player, the only way you beat Kansas City, and I said this last week, you have to beat him opposite of his game. You have to keep him off the field. You cannot let him go out there and throw for more than 2 touchdowns. That's just how it's going to work. If you let him get hot, he stays hot. Brady and the coaching staff of the Bucs, I don't know if it was all of the coaching staff, but enough of it, obviously, where they just put pressure on him consistently. Patrick Mahomes, that is. They put pressure on him consistently in the smart way. They didn't blitz him. They didn't rush him consistently. They were running cover 2, which is probably the most basic fucking defense setup of all time. Cover 2 is pretty much you got 2 guys back, 2 guys in the middle, everybody else is on the line. Now, obviously there's more people scattered around, but like that's where your main guys are. It's like the guys watching the fucking receivers, the guy watching the middle, 2 guys watching the backfield. So your backfield is covered. So that means they have to run. That leaves running lanes wide open, but sadly enough, Patrick Mahomes' stupid ass is a running around throwing quarterback. He does not have, I don't think personally he has great quarterback vision where he doesn't see shit unfold in front of his eyes and then adjust. And the coaching staff didn't adjust either. They pretty much just let him do what he does best. A lot of people always say when you get to the Super Bowl, do what gets you there. The problem is if they know what the fuck got you there and they are playing you like a fiddle, you need to adjust. It's just plain and simple. Halftime adjustments are a thing for a reason. If you don't adjust at halftime, you're just going to beat yourself, you know? And that's what ended up happening. They played a basic cover 2, which pretty much just kept Patrick Mahomes' passing game on lock. Not saying that he didn't have, a decent passing game, but they were watching him. They never really got a big play to get into the red zone. They rarely were in the red zone. Mind you, they never scored a fucking touchdown all goddamn game. So That's like one of the bigger things that the Buccaneers did. Now, on the opposite end on offense, again, people were looking for Brady to be, Brady of old. And Brady was Brady of what he needed to be. Brady threw very well. Very fucking well. Better than I thought he was going to play in this game. But he did the thing that needed to be done. They just ran through them. They opened up the running game early. They ran a lot of time off the clock. Now, a lot of people are asking, because I got a few emails, I've read them all, and they were like, why run the clock? Because these are people, honestly, I understand not everybody who listens to me is a huge football fan. So I'm teaching you, I'm going to learn you something. The reason why you have to open up a running game, because an early run game opens up your passing game. What I mean by that is if you run very well early, then they're looking for the run. So they're not paying attention to the passes often. That means that when you run play action, which is a fake run to a pass, they're so focused on the run because they're getting beat down by the run. So then they're not obviously looking for a long pass. And then when it happens, they're not ready, they're not where they need to be, because they're just paying so close attention to what's in front of them. So that's like one of the greatest things that they did early was establish their run game and make sure that was, getting utilized well. The other reason why their run game, or their early establishment of the run game was important is because it chewed up the clock quickly. So a lot of people don't understand that when you run and are tackled, the clock continues to run. If you pass and are tackled on the end zone, yes, the clock continues to run, but a lot of times you're passing to the outside, so once you run out of bounds, then the clock stops. What you want is that clock to keep moving consistently, because the less time the Chiefs had the ball, the less time Patrick Mahomes had time to get hot. He was always in an uphill battle, and that's what you want. You never want to be on even playing field with Patrick Mahomes, because he can get hot quickly. He throws a couple passes, he gets confident, and then it's a done deal. So what you have to do is beat him with time. You eat up as much time as you can, you get the clock moving, you end that game as quickly as possible, which a lot of people were upset about. It wasn't a quick game, but it was pretty much the length of a standard football game. It wasn't a super long, super drawn-out game. So, establishment of the run game was the greatest thing that the Buccaneers did early. They hit, when Brady did throw, he hit his targets where he needed to be. He was extremely accurate by taking, short, choppy passes. There was a handful of long bombs, which were great, but he did what he needed to do by slowly marching up the field. Because the longer it took them to go up, the longer Patrick Mahomes didn't get to play. They were eating away at the defense. The defense pretty much just got worn out, honestly, by the fucking second quarter. Second quarter, I could honestly look at the defense and tell they were worn. So, because at any point when the defense is starting to argue and yell and scream, they're done. It's over with. And Brady was getting in their heads, because I've seen Brady talk shit more than I've ever seen him talk shit. So they pretty much had him on lock. They did exactly what they needed to do. Offense and defense, they had him locked. The biggest thing they had to do was just run the clock. And I don't remember exactly what time of possession was, but when I checked at halftime, I think the Buccaneers had almost 5 minutes over them. And it showed in the scoreboard. They kept scoring. They scored just enough. It wasn't like a high-scoring game. It was just perfect in a sense. And then their defense just pretty much just hounded the shit out of Patrick Mahomes. I think there was a stat last night where Patrick Mahomes ran for 500 yards. Just trying to escape the defense. He didn't even, and mind you, he didn't run uphill. He was just running around in circles, which is a weakness that people need to understand of Patrick Mahomes. So, now that I'm done congratulating the Buccaneers on the great talent level that they had. I'm going to flip over to the Chiefs and explain to you why they've always been beatable, and I don't know what the fuck everybody else is looking at. They're not the greatest offense in the world. They're just a high-scoring offense. What the Chiefs remind me of is like the James Harden of football. James Harden, basketball player. If you don't understand, I'm sorry. The only reason, the way I say it's like that is because the Chiefs will pretty much play you into oblivion on offense. I'm not saying they have a weak defense, but their defense is not their priority. They'll let you score almost pretty much every rep in hopes that they will outscore you. That's pretty much their game plan, is just slow them down so we can outscore them. Which is great. If it works for you, it works for you. It got them to the Super Bowl twice. And it is what it is. The problem where I say they're beatable is if you slow them down or don't give their offense enough time to play, then they have no offensive strengths. So now they have to beat you with their defense. And let's be honest, the Chiefs have never beaten anybody with their defense. It's always been outscoring. I've seen enough of the Chiefs to know that I think since Patrick Mahomes was playing on the Chiefs, he scored no less than 3 touchdowns. Like, that's great. That's incredible. But that means your defense ain't doing half of the work. That means you're on the field way too often. You need to have your defense do or carry some of that load. Plain and simple. That's just how it should work. So that's one of the biggest things. And then my biggest, I don't understand what everybody's seeing in Patrick Mahomes. Again, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's got a great arm. He's got great accuracy. I watched him throw some shit that had no business even getting into the hands of a receiver. But my biggest issue with him is he's not a pocket quarterback. He can be a pocket quarterback, but I've always had an issue with out of pocket, run around ass quarterbacks. That means you don't have the vision to watch what's going on. You don't have the option A, B, C, because you should have 3 options. It should be your first target, your second target, and then do I scramble or do I hit somebody closer? That should be pretty much every rep, no matter what. You should always have your A and B targets. The guy that you're looking to hit, the guy that you know is going to be open, potentially. So you look his way, look back to A, look back at him, look back to A. It's pretty much the QB's vision, to my knowledge. It's your A target, quickly look at B. What is he doing? Back to A. B one more time, all right, I'm throwing an A or I'm throwing a B. That should be it. And with neither one of those guys where they need to be, your third option should be ready to go in an instant. Like, that C pass player should be ready to go, open, or in a predicament where he can get open. And all you need is to look, and in less than a second, you should be able to make that decision. Because if you can't hit C, you need to be moving. Or you need to be throwing the ball away. You should be in the pocket 90% of the time as a quarterback. And Patrick Mahomes is not a pocket quarterback. I've seen that dude scramble night after night. I've seen him run for 1,000 yards. The dude can run. But I need him to be in the pocket. Plain and simple. Again, if people don't know, pocket is where the quarterback is lined up. I feel like I'm explaining football to 2-year-olds, and I got a funny feeling that half of you guys actually know exactly what I'm talking about. But either way, right, Patrick Mahomes is not a pocket quarterback. So anytime I see a scrambling quarterback, whether it was Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson has more potential to be a pocket quarterback, but because of today's day and age, he scrambles a lot. Michael Vick from back in the day, I was never a fan of him. Just too many scramble quarterbacks. Like, I enjoy my quarterback being in the pocket, being calm, cool, and collected, which Tom Brady was, mind you. And there's a difference in performance. So that's pretty much my biggest critique is, for you to be a great team, I feel like your defense needs to uphold a lot more. It can't just be tip for tat. And you have to learn how to be in a pocket receiver. His receivers were doing what they needed to do. He just wasn't where he needed to be, and he wasn't paying attention. He didn't make great momental plays. It was just either being in the pocket, getting rushed, stepping back, or stepping forward. Now, a lot of people blamed his line because he had, lineup issues like out the ass. Like, his right tackle, his left tackle were out, and they had to switch people around. Center wasn't who he was supposed to be. That's just the name of the game, dude. To me, I feel like your line, backup line and your line, should be practicing 24/7. They should be ready at any goddamn moment. Your line is your line. I'm sorry. Hurt or not, that's your line. Like, you need to be on their asses to protect me. If it were me as a quarterback or just a coach, I'd be chewing those dudes out every other play. Like, fucking protect him. So I definitely give some credit where credit is due. Patrick Mahomes did what he could, but his line screwed him. But at the same time, if you're a pocket quarterback, then it would be like, protect me or we ain't getting nowhere. He did too much of, I can do it, don't worry about it. I can tell that was his nature of, I can scramble, I can move, just do what you can to protect me. Bullshit. He should have told his line, protect me or nothing. Protect me or you don't have a job. That's what he should have been saying to his team. So needless to say, that's my analysis of both teams. Now, obviously, as a Patriot fan and as a Tom Brady fan, I'm extremely happy, like fucking over the moon, that they managed to win another. That Tom Brady managed to win another fucking championship. That's 7. I am slightly sad that we can never use Thanos memes anymore, because now he has too many championships to do the Thanos meme, and that kind of sucks. I think he always had too many. Wasn't the Thanos meme 5 jewels? Now I gotta relook it up. God damn it, I don't remember. Either way it goes, now we gotta come up with new memes because that motherfucker's got 7 championships. That's a lot of goddamn championships, man. It's literally more than any other NFL team has. Tom Brady has more championships than most NFL teams, if I'm not mistaken. No, he has more than all NFL teams. Because I think 6 was the flatliner. 6 was the flatliner, and mind you, Tom Brady got the Patriots their 6. So he is now over the Patriots and the Steelers, if I'm not mistaken. Dude's incredible. Like, I don't know what people need to acknowledge the fact that he is and will forever be the fucking NFL GOAT. So now I want to talk about that a little bit, because I've also heard a few of you guys have no idea what the GOAT means. And everybody's just like, why do they keep calling him a fucking animal? Like, that's a weird animal to compare him to. I'm sorry, dude. GOAT stands for greatest of all time. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. It has nothing to do with the animal. It just happens to be a great acronym, and it just happens to spell out the GOAT. So it's just easier to say GOAT instead of greatest of all time. That's it. They try best of all time, but that's spelled boat. GOAT sounds a little bit better. That's literally all it is. It was between GOAT and boat, and I like the GOAT. And I think most people like GOAT better. So that's all it is. I'm sorry. So yes, Tom Brady is the GOAT. GOAT Brady, Tom GOAT, I think is what they call him sometimes. But yeah, that's what the GOAT is. He is the greatest of all time. And obviously, say with that many championship rings, and I think my biggest reasoning for Tom Brady being, the greatest of all time is for the simple fact that he wasn't destined to be the greatest of all time. Like, you hear that a lot with a lot of players. Like, I want to say, like, maybe your best instance is LeBron James. LeBron James out of high school, people pretty much were like, he's going to be the next greatest thing. He is the greatest thing to play basketball since Jordan, blah, blah, blah. Like, he had a big, I'm trying to think of the word. He had a lot to live up to, is what I'm saying. Like, everybody knew he was going to be great, so it was on him to be great, which he's been great. I'm not going to sit here and say he isn't a great player. Whiny, yes. A little bit of a moron, yes. Teams up with every other great player on the face of the earth, yes. Is he a great player on his own? Yes. Is he a champion on his own? Maybe not. But either way, but that's the difference between somebody like LeBron James and Brady. Brady was chosen 199th in the NFL draft. Normally, your great players are chosen in the top 10, maybe top 3, honestly, in the draft. And he was chosen 199th. Nobody really wanted Tom Brady. He was a small kid, scrawny, wasn't really athletic. He was very slow. I think when he ran his 40, he was extremely slow. Dude's faster now than he's ever been in his entire life, which goes to show you something. Like, you don't always have to be slow. You don't always have to be weak. You don't have to be unathletic because you weren't athletic as a kid. You can work towards that shit. Brady is living proof of that. And the dude's like 43 years old. So keep that in mind. But I think that's my bigger thing with Tom Brady. Is he was chosen 199th overall. So no one really wanted him. He wasn't that great of a popular player. And he slowly just got better and better over the years. I think he didn't even start until maybe his second or third year as a Patriot. And that was only because their main quarterback got hurt. So you never know, man. Because of, circumstances, we might not even have Tom Brady. The Patriots might not even have had as many championships as they had. I'm not saying it's all on Brady, but you can't sit here and deny that Brady's a big factor in all of it. That's just facts, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's facts now because the Patriots were not even in the playoffs, and the Buccaneers are now champions. So that goes to show you a lot. I completely forgot my point. Either way, Tom Brady's the GOAT. It gets no better than that. As I've told many people, I might not have talked about it on this podcast, but I don't want to hear that Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are the greatest offense of all time. They're not a historically great offense. They're great. They're good. But they're very, very beatable. They are so fucking beatable. That whole team has beatable written all over it. They're just hard to beat because people don't make adjustments. Everybody wants to play them their way, and then you fall into a trap every rip. You gotta get the Chiefs out of their comfort zone. You can't let Patrick Mahomes just toss for 1,000 yards. You really gotta just beat them the right way. Defense will always win championships. That's just how it goes, man. I'm sorry to say it like that. No matter what, defense wins championships. That's why the undefeated Patriots got beat. That's why the greatest show on turf got beat. Like, sorry, at the end of the day, defense will fucking win. And if you don't allow your defense to do what needs to be done, and you don't take the offensive players out of their comfort zone, you're gonna lose every time. It's just the way it is. When Brady's rattled, Brady loses. I've seen it. It's been horrific to watch a lot of the times. It's hard to watch Brady get rattled and then taken out of his own game. But when Brady's calm, collected, and he's doing what he needs to do, he's unbeatable. He's just hands down unbeatable. You cannot stop Tom Brady when he's just in a zone. So that is that. On that note, how about this? Because I got to keep this podcast short. Let's take a quick commercial break because I've been talking for 20 damn minutes. Quick commercial break. We'll come right back, and then I'll finish this podcast off because I got to get to work. All right, catch you in a second. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Did you enjoy those commercials? Those delicious fucking commercials. Trying to get paid around here, man. I apologize for the commercials, but I'm sure you enjoy them. Either way, so yes, that was my analysis of the football game, of the great Super Bowl that was Tampa Bay versus the Kansas City Chiefs. To me, it was a great game. I hate that everybody else didn't enjoy it. But like I said, it was a game played the way it should have been played. Super Bowl or not, it's a football game. A football game is still a football game, and they came in with a game plan, you could tell, and they executed that game plan very, very, very well. Now on to stuff that other people care about when it comes to the Super Bowl. No, I didn't watch the halftime show, so I really don't have anything to say about it. All I know is The Weeknd played, and I'm not a big fan of The Weeknd. I know he has like a lot of great songs. People were like comparing him to like modern day Michael Jackson, which is nuts. I mean, I don't see it. Maybe when he had that plastic surgery face, maybe, but I don't know. Dude looks weird to me, and I'm not a big fan of his music. I don't know why they just will not get like a hardcore heavy like halftime show. I'm so sick of watching pop stars play halftime. Again, as a football player, like a hip-hop artist, maybe. That makes sense. Because, you want to get amped up. So you need the right hip-hop artist. But to me, it's always been rock or metal that got me ready for my football games. I'm sick of watching Metallica play too heavy for halftime, post-show or on their own. This is nuts. Let them play a fucking halftime. They should be playing Metallica is the most toned down metal band you can get. They're great. They're probably, and what I mean by toned down, mind you, is they're not ridiculously heavy where they're too heavy for casuals to enjoy. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell them to fucking play Slipknot at halftime. That's ridiculous. But Metallica is a nice, moderate metal band. AC/DC, maybe 10 years ago. I don't think AC/DC has ever played the halftime show. Iron Maiden could play halftime. All of these great metal bands should be playing halftime. These are bands that, mind you, fucking football players listen to. Football fans listen to. I don't know many true, real football fans that listen to The Weeknd, that listen to Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is not getting you hyped for fucking football. I'm sorry. That none of this shit matches up. They really need to revamp the fucking halftime show. And I get it, the halftime show has now been designed for people who don't even watch football. The people now watch, there's two people that watch the football, Super Bowl. There's people that watch for the halftime show and commercials. Because it's like a concert with commercials for them. And then there's the football fans. And I personally feel like the football fans have been robbed of the halftime show for way too long now. Give them the halftime show back. For the love of God, give football fans the goddamn halftime show back. I want to see a good band or a good musical performance. I do not want to see Destiny's Child. I do not want to see Lady Gaga. I do not want to see Taylor Swift. I do not want to see anything that is so backwards away from football. Mind you, a destructive, warlike game. And then you play Lady Gaga. I do not want to see that anymore. If I see that again, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I'm already losing my shit thinking about another goddamn Super Bowl with somebody stupid playing the halftime show. I'm done. No more. End that. It's enough. You've had your run. You've way over had your run. And then the last good band to play the halftime show was Red Hot Chili Peppers. And even, sorry. Jesus Christ, my throat was I was bubbling up with hatred for a hot second there. But no, I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers were the last band to fucking play a halftime show that I actually slightly enjoyed. That it somewhat fit what was going on. And again, the Red Hot Chili Peppers are not that hardcore of a band or anything like that, but at least it's the right genre of music to a certain degree. But it's still not good enough. I need a better band to play halftime show. I'm sorry. I know there's not many current bands that could probably do it, but damn it, you're gonna have to get some old dudes. Metallica deserves to not have to have this too heavy for halftime bullshit. Let them play the halftime show. That would be the first time, I think, hands down, that people would watch the Super Bowl from start to finish. And you wouldn't get this uneven mix, these uneven rating battles of here's the halftime show ratings, here's the football games ratings. None of that. That would end in an instant. Let Metallica play. Let Iron Maiden play. Let somebody... Dude, let Five Finger Death Punch play. Five fruit-flavored bullshit Disney metal band play. I don't care. Let anybody else play the halftime show. I'm so sick of this pop music garbage. It's enough. It's purely enough, man. I've been done with it since Janet Jackson having her chest ripped, exposed during the halftime show. Which I don't care what anybody say. It wasn't a wardrobe malfunction. It was on purpose. Like, fuck off. That was not a wardrobe malfunction. They did it on purpose. It was literally, the line was, have you undressed by the end of the song? And then he exposed her. Like, get out of here. She had stuff over her nipples. It was planned. This was not a wardrobe malfunction. She did that on purpose. I've been sick of the halftime show since then, mind you. So, let's just move along. Let's move along. Let's get a good band to play the halftime show. Because no more of this. No more of this. Hands down. On other news, I have ordered my Tom Brady Buccaneers jersey. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast, but I have been very serious about potentially having a curse when it came to football. I'm a huge football fan, and I've honestly rarely watched football because I was such a big Patriot fan, and it felt like every time I watched, they'd lose. Anytime I had no, I won't say no interest, but no cognizant mind of what was going on in football, they were winning. They were consistently winning. Every time I come back to watch after they win, I'm like, okay, they won. Let me catch up with football and see what happened. Then that was like the Deflategate scandals and all of the stuff they were putting. They were like ready to put asterisks next to Tom Brady's name on some of his Super Bowl wins. And it's just like, dude, I can't even watch a Super Bowl late without them trying to screw over Brady. So I've been like hands off on football for a long time and just like internally enjoying football. Down to the point where my Tom Brady Patriot jersey has been like stuffed like in the bottom of a fucking hamper where I can't even see it, just so I wasn't cursing the fucking football game. I think the last time my jersey was worn was the Super Bowl where they played, oh Jesus, I can't think. I want to say it was the Seahawks or something like that, where it came down to a last minute interception, where it was just like tit for tat and the interception saved the game. My brother was wearing my jersey that entire game, and that game was extremely close. And I found out that it was down to like maybe one more defensive run. And I texted him and told him, take off my damn jersey, because I know you're wearing my damn jersey. That's why this game is too damn close. The play he took off his jersey, took off the jersey and put it down, is the same play where they made that interception, and they won the game pretty much based off of that interception. I have been cursed since day one for some reason, being a Patriot fan. And even after he left this last season and went to the Buccaneers, I was weary. So I didn't really want to watch anything until the Super Bowl. But I gave myself, like, I'll watch half of the game. If anything goes awry, that's when I'm going to turn the game off and see if it makes any difference. But thankfully enough, I feel like because I was able to watch the entire second half, Brady did what he was supposed to do. I think my curse has been lifted. I think, honestly, my curse has been lifted. So I'm now going to slowly watch football again. I have bought a brand new jersey so I can finally enjoy it. Wearing, repping one of my favorite players of all time. Because at this point now, with 6 championship rings, I don't think he is really fighting for anything else. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just kind of like sliding around this parking lot trying to find a place. But either way, yeah, I think my curse has been lifted. So I'm going to now slowly begin to enjoy football again. So I think all is well. So I bought my first Tampa Bay Buccaneer jersey. I got the all black one, the all black Super Bowl jersey, which is kind of dope. I wanted a red one because I really like the red colored ones, but they just didn't have them on my size, so sucks. But either way, congratulations. If I haven't said it already, congratulations to the Buccaneers. They definitely deserve it because that was a well played game. Better luck next time, Kansas City Chiefs. Even though I don't give a shit, I think the Chiefs are just overrated. I think they're just highly overrated. I think they're easily beatable, but I understand this is probably the best way I can say it. Patrick Mahomes is going to be the future of the sport. He's going to be the next big thing. So people are just kind of like on the bandwagon early. They're just, getting in where they fit in, so they can always say, like, I was always a Chiefs fan from the beginning. I was rocking with Patrick Mahomes when he made his first Super Bowl. Like, that's cool. I'm not mad at you, but it is what it is. So, congratulations on all of that. I don't think I had anything else to talk about related to the Super Bowl, though. No. That's pretty much the fuck it. So, because of this great, incredible FNBoB Super Bowl recap, I guess you can call it. I guess I had to delay. I'm going to delay the Spider-Man Batman conversation that I mentioned to you that I was going to do on the last podcast. I wanted to do it, but the Super Bowl was just too important for me. I really wanted to watch it. I didn't really work on it much. I had a lot of stuff written down, and I just didn't take the time to sit down and record a lot of it. So I'm going to postpone it because I want to have a handful of special guests on it. I have a handful of individuals I want on that episode to help me discuss this topic. And I never got the poll to work. For some reason, Facebook's polls are fucking retarded, and I couldn't get them up. So I'm working on getting the polls up so that way you guys can vote ahead of time. I would like you guys to vote ahead of time, and then maybe drop a comment after the fact. Let me know if you changed your mind based on our conversation. And again, I don't know if you guys remember, the whole topic was supposed to be favorite Spider-Man out of the plethora of people who played Spider-Man, favorite Batman, who played a plethora of the thousands of movie roles that were given to a Batman character. So many damn Batmans. and I feel like there's only one right answer for each. But we will discuss that at a later time. Other than that, that will be Thursday's episode. I haven't forgot it. It's going to happen. I know everybody was looking forward to it, but it's going to happen. Other than that, yeah, just wait. Make sure you go to the Facebook page and cast your votes or send your votes to the FNBoB email, because I enjoy reading those emails. I love them all. So I think I'm just going to wrap up this podcast because there's not much to talk about left, and I got to get to work. You know, you boys got to make money because you guys ain't. Apparently, you guys just don't like commercials. Who likes commercials, man? You know what I might do too? Maybe just as an opening teaser, because I don't have it in front of a computer. Or maybe I'll do it on the FNF stream. Maybe we'll react to all the Super Bowl commercials, because I actually didn't watch any of the commercials. I'm a true football fan. When the commercials came on, that's when I went and grabbed snacks and all that other stuff. Real quick, though, I do want to discuss this, because this will be the last Super Bowl related topic. Everybody has their Super Bowl game day snacks and meals and all that stuff they did. Normally I do wings. I'm a big fan of making my own wings, but just previous to that, I've been eating wings consistently, so I didn't make wings. So what I did do is I made my own queso dip. I did the Velveeta thing, but I obviously tweaked it a bit. Because everybody does the Velveeta Rotel diced tomato with chilies and melts the Velveeta. I did Velveeta, diced tomatoes. I didn't even get Rotel. Cream of mushroom soup. And I took some ground beef and threw it in the mix. And I seasoned the ground beef with garlic and a little, what I call SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. So just pretty much the basics. A little bit of seasoned salt. And just pretty much mixed all that together with the queso cheese. Goddamn, was that the most delicious shit I've ever eaten in my life. That queso dip was so damn good. So I highly recommend people stop buying that fucking bullshit at the grocery store. The pre-made cheese dip. It's garbage. Do not order that ever again. Get your own damn, just get your own damn cheese. Or make it yourself. The only thing I've always been against with Velveeta, and I might want to try this out, is it thickens up so fast. It never stays creamy. And I'm wondering if I add, like, maybe a bit of milk or something like that to just, like, leave it at a creamy consistency. Because once it cools off, it is, like, rock solid all over again. There's got to be some way to, like, keep it melted and keep it, warm. So I might try milk next time. Just, like, maybe a little bit. Maybe, like, a half a cup. You let me know. Somebody let me know. Send me an email at fnbobshow@gmail.com. How do you make your queso dip? Because I'm still working on it. That was my first serious attempt at making queso dip. It wasn't bad. It was delicious. The taste was there, but I couldn't get the consistency right. So yeah, let me know what you think. What else did I make though? I made that. I made some sausages, some Moonnoik sausages for those of you from Chicago, because they still sell Moonnoik sausages. I made that. Some sauteed onions, extra delicious, potato wedges. Like all real good snack food. Baked potato wedges, mind you. I'm trying not to fry food as much. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. So I've been doing baked potato wedges, which is literally just cut them into wedges. What I do to make them a little softer on the inside is I microwave them for a bit after I cut them up. You microwave them for a bit, and then you season them with salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of oil to get them nice and crispy. Toss them on a baking pan sheet. Throw them in the oven at 400. They come out real crispy after maybe an hour and a half. Like, it really doesn't take long. You flip them over like halfway through. Super crispy, super flavorful when they come out. If I have them, I toss a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. A little bit of parsley. Great stuff, dude. I'm still working on my queso dip, but my flakes, my fries and my sausage just came out great. But somebody hooked me up with a queso idea, because I need that queso tip. So other than that, yeah, I think that's going to be the podcast, because I really got to get to work. So, as always, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you send me emails at fnbobshow@gmail.com related to anything. Podcast related, just congratulations. I enjoy getting all of those. Makes me feel better, makes me feel like I'm doing something right. If you have any tips or tricks or, like I said, cooking methods or rebuttals to anything I say, send it to the email, or follow me on Facebook and just give me a hard time on Facebook. Everybody else does either way. Who cares? I don't really care. I just like the interaction. So yes, follow me on Facebook. Follow me on, send me emails to the FNBoB Show. By the way, first Twitch stream is the 15th. It's coming up soon. So look for, and I keep forgetting to tell you guys, look for, it's the FNBoB on Twitch. So go to Twitch and look up the FNBoB. I will be streaming on the 15th. I'm going to attempt to simulcast on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, maybe Facebook. I'll try. I have never done a simulcast, so bear with me. I'm going to see what I can do. But that might be a thing, so that's why follow me on Facebook is super important, because that's where you get the most information. But yeah, first stream is the 15th. I'm almost done setting everything up. It's still not going to be the cleanest stream you've ever watched, but it's going to be a decent stream. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might just play some video games for a bit. I might just run my mouth. We might, like I said, we might watch Super Bowl commercials. That might just be a thing that gets done. So who knows? That's the beauty of the first and 15th Twitch streams, as they will always just be random on whatever the fuck I feel like. Every once in a while I might just do a live podcast. You never know. You really never know. So look for me, the FNBoB on Twitch. Follow me on Facebook, because that's the only way you're going to keep up with all the information, because I typically throw all the information there. And that's when you get updated when I actually drop a new episode, even though I am trying to be stickler on dropping an episode Tuesdays and Thursdays. Always look out for those days for podcast episodes. So yeah, that's the three-headed monster you need to make sure you're following me on, and make sure that you stay tuned, because I will be having a YouTube channel starting up very soon, where it's just going to be random reviews, random rants, reaction videos, pretty much whatever you guys want to see me do. I'm more than willing to do whatever at this point. And because of COVIDs, and I've promised you guys 1,000 times I was going to be doing stand-up soon, and I just seem like this COVID shit ain't going nowhere. So I'm probably going to just do a 30-minute special on YouTube. So congratulations. That might be a thing. So yeah, follow me on those things. Be ready. More great stuff coming up pretty soon. So other than that, I will catch you motherfuckers later. Get the hell out of my car. Goodbye.